Two important lessons in today's video. First, how you can use our daily stats feature to win more option trades. And second, how to follow CTE like an absolute boss. So let's start off with today. What happened? Well, the open's a little bit crazy because why? Trump announced tariffs on Mexico and Canada over the weekend. Nice of him to do that when the market's closed. And we opened significantly lower. And you can see this here in our daily stats feature. What we're going to do is let's just look at Q because we like Q the most. You want to look at this column right here. It says PMC. That stands for pre-market change. So what you'll notice is this is an extremely negative value, minus $9.43 lower than the previous close. If we sort this column, where does today come up? That is the third lowest all time in the history of rigged. But what you notice, bull trend, bull grind, bull trend, you're looking at all these sessions where we open significantly lower, and right there's not very many. But a lot of these are hitting over 3 strikes above the blue with 8.5 going up 16.42. Crazy. So you can come in, look at the pre-market change, go to daily stats. You can see these previous sessions, can give you an idea what you might want to look for trading today. This one, you get a massive rip at the open. That's 8.5 2024. But let's go back to today's session. So bring up Q. First, foremost, most importantly, trading the open, absolutely not necessary. And what you'll notice here is essentially Wall Street got caught offside. We sort our win rate up to 50%. And we look here at the open, there are a ton of high win rate bears. But this thing goes down 2 strikes, comes right back to the blue, and then flies on what? On news that Mexico is sending soldiers at the border and no tariffs for 30 days, and Trump just got what he wanted. America stays winning. So could have skipped this entire thing, and then it comes to CTE. Check trade exit. You're $3.63 higher than the blue line. You're looking bulls, BL to +2, or after one plus strike nuke below the strike. So what we like to do when this happens, we don't even really like to look at the bears, okay? We'll just switch on bulls only. We'll bring this win rate all the way down. So look, what do we have now? After 10:30, we're looking for a 1+ strike nuke and a bull bomb. Okay? This thing ping-ponged. So the first thing we notice is all of these bulls that are coming in are extremely low win rate, and that is historically 0%. And then, not to mention the last 30 days, grouped a ton more alerts, only 22.58. So essentially what that's telling us is that when volume's 128% and we are $5.60 above the blue at 10:58, it typically does not win. Not to mention, you're in this red zone, extreme bull risk. And every time it touched the red, it pulled back. And if you like trading, downside, great spot to hit it because this was insane. You're getting 2 strikes, 1, 2, and then it's bouncing right here in the reload zone. So if you move your win rate slider up, what do you get, right? What happens? Well, you're looking for BL to +2 or after 1+ strike nuke below the strike. This is a 2-strike nuke. This is KTR, which is where this alert typically wins. When it does win, and this is the only option alert that matches CTE. You're trading this swing or this 290 bull bomb, excuse me, that is late, obviously, because you just moved up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikes from the bottom. But here it comes again. You're +4, and that thing just goes. You know, it's 142%. Ends up going negative because why? Came up into the red, pulled back. But that is how you use rigged. You didn't even need to trade the open. I mean, obviously catching this is phenomenal because look, I mean, some of them caught the bottom perfectly. And then as soon as it starts going, they catch it, right? That's not going to be a winner every time. And obviously this one, not going to be a winner every time, but this matches the system and it goes. And then once again, once we get higher up, I guess the third lesson for today is volume is coming down, okay? You get this beautiful spike, and then from here at 132%, we just churn down the entire rest of the session. And all that means is Wall Street's participation in, very big option trades is going down. When that's going down, don't expect the price action to be amazing. And, they end up closing this thing +5, which for Q is not that significant of a move. Paying attention to the zones worked out perfectly because you get a rejection in the red, and this thing bounced perfectly in the bull exit or reload zone. Talking about the zones really quickly, basically, the first time it hits, you want to exit. And then when it pulls back to it, you can reload, right? So if you exited anywhere in here and went to runners, you did great. And then if you reloaded when it touched, you also crushed it. Let's look at SPY. SPY, we are not getting the KTR. You're not getting the tags in here. Why? Because we expect this thing to go a little bit lower. It doesn't happen. And this thing actually moved all the way up to 600. Nice number before pulling back. Not really a trade to take here if you're following CTE and you're late. Of course, you can see all this and say, hey, I'm looking to get into that trade later. We don't have an alert here, but when you're above the blue line, don't look for mean reversion, right? If we go back to our daily stats, and we'll just pull up SPY this time. So SPY, pre-market change, super negative. What was it today? -10. Look at that. 3 times you opened 10 or lower, you get a bull trend. Outlier type of session, but this can be really helpful to trade 0 DTE options. Let's check out IWM, which had the highest volume. AMG is pretty good. You get a rocket at the end. They must have known about the tariff stuff a little bit early. Let's just see. Move our win rate down. So this is another example of the bull reload zone. Pull all the way up to the red. It pulls back. Basically, when you get in here and you're +2 to +3 with IWM, very sketchy. But right in here, that reload zone, phenomenal. Had plenty of chances to get in. And then you end up getting a nice move here, a little bit higher. I mean, it's not really a nice move. It's an all right move. I mean, you're going from 1.8, almost $1. So that's good. That's following the system. But really, if you're late, the best trade to take right there on Q, 67% win rate, 6% drawdown. Could it have been better? Sure. But our theory on this is Wall Street is kind of caught offside here, expecting more downside because futures were way lower than where we opened. Tariff man said no more tariffs, and then they kind of spent the rest of the session killing people. That's what they do, and guess what? They're going to do it again tomorrow. We'll be back for more